Welcome to video lecture series on electronic devices and circuits. I am Kanakadurga from St. Peter's Engineering College, working as an associate professor in EC department. In this lecture, we are going to concentrate mainly on Zener diode characteristics, how the VI characteristics of Zener diode will be there. What is the applications of Zener diode, how it can be act like as a voltage regulator, and what happens internally, the phenomena of the Zener diode, how it can able to generate the current in the reverse bias mode. All these things we are going to be observed in this talk. The prerequisites of the talk we require for this is how the PN junction diode, the VI characteristics, what happens if you are going to increase the reverse bias voltage for the generation of the current. If I increase the doping concentration, what happens to the depletion layer, what about the breakdown conditions of voltage. All these things are prerequisites for this talk, and the outcomes we can able to expect from this talk, mainly we can gain the knowledge of VI characteristics of Zener diode and the operation of Zener diode, and we can gain the knowledge on breakdown conditions of avalanche breakdown, Zener breakdowns, and we can able to do the analysis of Zener diode, and we can able to design the voltage regulator circuits by using the Zener diodes, and we can do the analysis of how the operation will be there in the Zener diodes. So the outline of this talk, introduction of Zener diode, construction of Zener diode, working principle of Zener diode, and the applications of Zener diode. So if you observe, this is a symbol of Zener diode. So this is a symbol of Zener diode. This triangular will indicate that anode, nothing but p-type material, and negative has been there. This is a Z, right? Z, Zener, first letter goes for Z, that's why the symbol you are taking like this has been a Z. Okay, and this is a symbol of Zener diode, and wherever this is a Z indicates the negative terminal, or it will be called as a cathode, the P will be called it as a anode. How the practically available in the market, this is the Zener diode, how we can able to find which terminal is the negative and which terminal is the positive, or else which terminal is the cathode one and which terminal is the anode one. Okay, this mainly depends upon this black painting. The terminal which is having the black painting will be called as a cathode, and the terminal which is having or else other terminal will be called as a anode. No painting will be called as a anode. The terminal which is having the black color painting, it will be called as a cathode. So what's the Zener diode? How it going to be, where it going to be operated? Okay, Zener diode is a silicon PN junction diode. It differs from that where the PN junction diode cannot be operated in breakdown conditions. But the Zener diode has been specially designed such a way that it will be operated only in the reverse bias case. In order to, it can be operated in forward and reverse bias case, but in order to get the Zener characteristics like constant voltage can be there only in the reverse bias case. So normally the Zener diode will be operated in the reverse bias mode, and it is a special purpose of a diode which has been designed in order to operate in reverse breakdown region. Okay, the Zener diode will be operated in the breakdown conditions only. So in the breakdown conditions only, it going to be generated constant voltage and high amount of current. So the basic function of Zener diode is to maintain a specific voltage across its terminal with the given limits of line and load voltage changes. So this is a circuit. If you observe, if whatever maybe the fluctuations has been there with respect to the input, the Zener diode is going to be maintained a constant voltage of 10 volts. Even though the input is going to be increases also, or the Zener diode it operates in the breakdown conditions, it will maintain the output voltage to be 10 volts only. And if you observe the supply with respect to, this is a negative terminal and this goes for positive terminal, nothing but that goes for cathode, it is an anode. Okay, so this negative terminal, in order to make it has been reverse bias, we have to connect for positive and negative. So always remember that the Zener diode will be operated in reverse bias condition in order to maintain a constant output voltage. So next comes for the construction of Zener diode. Same as usual, we require for the construction of diode, we require the p-type and n-type material, but the p-type and n-type material should be heavily doped. That is a major difference between the normal PN junction diode and the Zener diode. Both in this the p-type and n-type material, both should be heavily doped type of materials. So what happens if we increase the doping concentration with respect to the p-type and n-type materials is that with respect to the doping concentrations has been increased, the depletion layer will be very thin, or else we can say depletion layer width is inversely proportional to the doping concentration. If I increase the doping concentration or doping, then indirectly the width of the depletion layer will be decreases. So in this case, we have to observe, since it is the highly doped type of materials, the depletion layer will be small when compared with the normal PN junction diode. So that there occurs the fast breakdown of the conditions in order to get the high amount of current. And the breakdown conditions, already we know that there are two types of breakdown conditions. One is the avalanche breakdown conditions and Zener breakdown conditions. So breakdowns is nothing but we are going to get high amount of current with respect to the small variation of voltage. So working principle of Zener diode is like is normal PN junction diode only, but if you observe in this case the PN junction diode will be operated till now only. Okay, this is the region of the PN junction diode of operation only. It will not enter into this case. If it enters into this case, we will say that the diode has been breakdown. Okay, at that time the diode cannot get back and the normal characteristics, if you use once again, the diode will not give the normal characteristics of VI characteristics. If you comes the Zener diode, this is the main region of operation for Zener diode. Okay, even though it enters into the breakdown conditions, it gives high amount of current. Once again, I can use for normal VI characteristics of Zener diode. So if you observe between these two graphs, only there is a difference between in this breakdown conditions. Almost all the VI characteristics are same with respect to the Zener diode and with respect to the PN junction diode. So what's the breakdown characteristics? What happens? Mainly where the Zener diode phenomena going to be works out. So if you observe in the reverse bias condition, for the small amount of voltage, there will be maintains a constant amount of current. Nothing but there will be since the current in the reverse bias case, only minority charge carrier currents exist. since the minority charge carrier currents having a small amount of current, this is the region of small amount of current. But due to the breakdown conditions, the current will increases drastically. So where the current starts, in order to increase the amount of current, that current we are going to call it as a Zener-Knee current. Wherever it reaches the medium point, that will be called as Zener test current. And wherever it going to reaches the maximum amount of current, extremely high, that current we are going to call it as a Zener maximum current. So at the point where the breakdown starts or begins, the current will increases. Where the current has been increases, that current we are going to call it as a Zener-Knee current. So whenever the Zener-Knee current has been started, the current increasing, that current we are going to call it as a Zener-Knee current. After that it going to increases drastically. When it reaches the midpoint, we are going to call it as a Zener test current. And once it has been reached to the maximum peak, there are no electrons in order to generate amount of current in the once again in the Zener diode. That will be called as a maximum amount of current. So the reverse current is also called as a Zener current. At this point, breakdown effects begins and internal resistance of Zener impedance will be indicated by Z, and reverse current increases rapidly. Next one, we have to concentrate only in the breakdown reason. Right, how the current has been increasing in the Zener diode due to the phenomena of breakdown conditions. So what is the breakdown conditions? So what is the breakdown conditions is nothing but, even though we are changing a small amount of voltage, there existing a large variation of current will be called it as a breakdown conditions. Nothing but a small amount of variation has been done, there existing a higher amount of current is going to be got. How we are getting like either rupture of the covalent bonds or the covalent bonds, breaking of the covalent bonds, whatever the scenario may be, but we are going to generate the free electrons and we are getting the high amount of current. So breakdown conditions are two types. One is a Zener breakdown, another one is a avalanche breakdown. Avalanche breakdown occurs mainly breaking of covalent bonds. This due to the breaking of covalent bonds, and this due to the Zener breakdown occurs due to the rupture of covalent bonds. Okay, so whenever there is going to be a phenomena of rupture of covalent bonds, that will be a Zener breakdown. If the break of covalent bonds has been got by hitting the electrons going to hit the covalent bonds, so that they having a high amount of energy, they breaks the covalent bonds. That type of breakdown we are going to call it as a avalanche breakdown. And due to these two breakdown conditions, there increase a high amount of current even though the voltage variations are very small. If the impurity concentration is very high, then the width of the depletion layer is very less. Less width of the depletion layer will cause high intensity of electric field to develop in the depletion layer with respect to their voltages. So next one, Zener effect predominant on diodes whose breakdown voltages are less than 6 volts, and the breakdown with respect to the avalanche goes for greater than 6 volts. The breakdown voltage can be obtained at the larger values by reducing the concentration of impurity of the atoms. And till now we have discussed, even though we are applying very little amount of current flows in the reverse bias diode, normal PN junction diode. This current is due to the only minority charge carriers. Electrons in the p-type of semiconductors and with respect to the holes in the n-type semiconducting materials. So what happens mainly with respect to the avalanche breakdown is the condition whenever the PN junction or the Zener diode has been reverse bias case, there are going to be having is minority charge carriers of the thing. If since in the Zener diode we have increased the depletion layer width has been reduced due to the higher doping concentrations. So what happens, what is the avalanche breakdown, how it works? The avalanche breakdowns is that observe, already we knows that there exists the covalent bonds like this. This is a silica material and have been the covalent bonds with respect to the impurity materials like this. There existing a free electron. The free electrons having a external energy. Okay, this is having a high amount of external energy since we are applying a reverse bias voltage, okay, to the diode. So it gains the energy from the reverse bias case. Since the diode already has been reverse bias, there is a thin depletion layer also. They cannot able to, the depletion layer width will be more, they cannot able to move. What the electrons will do, these electrons are going to be hit internally the covalent bond present over there. So once they hit, since they are having the higher energy, they are going to hit the covalent bonds. What happens? The covalent bonds are going to be entered as a breakdown, or they will break. So once they have the covalent bond has been breaked, what happens over here? There exists two free electrons of the case. So there are two free electrons in this case. So free electrons, once again, one electron has been generated, two free electrons. Since the bond has been break, there are existing two free electrons outside. So once they are the free electrons, we are going to get the current from these two electrons. And once again, these two electrons, since it has been reverse bias, if you increase the reverse bias voltage, and these electrons also gain the energy, once again they are going to hit the other covalent bond. So what happens once they hit, this covalent bond also going to break and these three electrons are going to be free. So this process is a cumulative process, so that there existing a huge amount of current. So if you observe, this is the avalanche breakdown mechanism. So this is an p-type region and this is an n-type region. Okay, we are applying the reverse bias voltage. Whenever the reverse bias voltage has been applied, they want to move from this direction to this direction, but internally the depletion layer is more, so they cannot able to move. At that time, they are going to hit the covalent bonds. Once they hit the covalent bonds, what happens? They generate new electrons. So once they have been generated new electrons, free electrons, from that electrons we can able to get the current. So we are going to get huge amount of current. So this process is a carrier multiplication process or a cumulative process, so that we are going to get higher amount of current. Next one, we have to know how we are going to get the Zener breakdown condition. The Zener breakdown condition is nothing but we have the Zener diode or normal diode has been reverse biased case. In this reverse biased case, what happens over here? The depletion layer will be more. So once the depletion layer will be more, the holes of p-type cannot able to move to n-type. Right, they cannot able to do this. So what happens? They are going to cannot able to move from this to this. If we are increasing the reverse bias voltage internally, what happens is that they inbuilt the pressure is going to be exist since they cannot able to move. So what happens? That pressure cannot bear by the atoms, where it goes for that energy, this energy will be ruptures. Nothing but the covalent bond goes for rupture. So once ruptured, nothing but the covalent bond will be removed. So at that time there exists in the two free electrons. So with respect to these two free electrons, we are going to get the current. So this type of breakdown we are going to call it as a Zener breakdown. So Zener breakdowns will comes into the phenomena whenever they are having the higher doping concentration, and the breakdown voltage will be very less. Whenever the higher doping concentration are there, the breakdown voltages are going to be less. So Zener breakdowns will comes before the avalanche breakdown voltage. So the Zener breakdown voltage normally it will be less than 6 volts. Avalanche breakdown will be greater than 6 volts. So Zener breakdowns and avalanche breakdowns, if you observe the differences, the first one, Zener breakdowns has been heavily doped material, and a normal avalanche breakdown will be a normally doped also. There are going to exist the breakdown conditions, and the having the width of the depletion layer will be more for avalanche breakdown. Next comes for the Zener breakdown. The breakdown voltage is very strong with respect to electric field across the narrowest layer, and when comes to that avalanche breakdown is not strong for the breakdown conditions. And next, the third point with respect to the Zener breakdown is it goes for the rupture of covalent bonds, for generating of electron hole pair or generating of free electrons, so that we are going to get the high amount of current. When comes to here, avalanche breakdown is mainly due to the breaking of covalent bonds, and it going to generate electron hole pair for higher amount of current. Next, when comes to the Zener diode exhibits of negative temperature coefficient, that is the breakdown voltage of decreases as the temperature is going to be increases. When comes to the avalanche breakdown, the diode exhibits a positive temperature coefficient, that is the breakdown voltages increases with respect to the increase in temperature. So if you observe, this is the main differences for Zener breakdown are going to be occurs before itself. Due to the higher doping concentration, breakdown voltages will be less. For that purpose, Zener diode breakdown will be before than the avalanche breakdown. So what's the applications of Zener diode is that whenever it has been entered, if you observe the VI characteristics of Zener diode, this is the like this, right? Once again I will draw. So this will be the case. So if you observe, all else in the previous slide, if you observe, even though there is a small variation of voltage, there existing a higher amount of current. So it is maintaining indirectly, we can say that if you neglect the small variation of voltage, the voltage is going to be remained as a constant one. So whenever we are using the Zener diode in the reverse bias case, they are having, once it has been entered into the breakdown conditions, it maintain a constant voltage. Suppose in this case here 4.8. So that is the application of the Zener diode. It can maintain a constant voltage. If you observe in this thing, we are using that resistor Zener diode, and we are measuring their voltages. So this is a power supply. Whenever we are making the variations with respect to the power supply, the current variations may be changes, but the output voltage is going to be maintained as a constant one. So whenever the input voltages are being increased, the IZ current flowing will be increased, but the output voltage will be remain constant. If I decrease the power supply, IZ current will be going to be decreases, even though the output voltage will be maintained as a constant one. Thank you.